Hi guys, how are you? Welcome back to Faye Bookshelf. So today this video is going to be about the review of Ascension of Phoenix by Jessica Pirro. But before we start, let me tell you that this video is a paid partnership with the author, and don't worry, it is an honest review. And now, before we get into the review, let me tell you a bit about this book and give you a summary of what the book is exactly about. So this book, Ascension of Phoenix, is the part of the Phoenix trilogy, and it is the first book in it, and it was released in September 2020. This is an ongoing trilogy, and the second part in this trilogy is The Dragon of Russia, which was published last year in August 2021. And right now only these two parts are published. So there is this detective Layla, and she has closed every case she has worked on, and even catch criminals every time she was on the case, except for the serial killer named Brian Foster. And then the next time when Brian Foster returns to the streets of New York, it really leads to a massive tragedy in Layla's life. Layla is completely devastated with the tragedy, and then she finds solace in street fighting and then gets invited to the Realms of Fighting tag tournament. But then the question is that will she able to satisfy the phoenix inside her, which is ready to take the flight? The book is completely action-packed, so there is not going to be a single dull moment. And now let me tell you a bit about author as well. Jessica Pirro is a multi-genre author whose works mostly caters into young adult, new adult, and adult books. So now that you know a bit about this book and about the author, so now let's get started with the review. In this review, we'll first tell you the points that we liked in this book, and then we'll tell you the points which we think could have been better. But before we get started with the review, do hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to always get notified of the new videos we upload. So now first get started with the points that we really enjoyed in this book. First of all, let me tell you this, I found the writing style of Jessica Pirro to be very impressive. The story was so fast-paced and so exciting that it was really hard for me to keep the book down. Also, the author had a very good grasp on the police-related jargons and terms, and that really made the story feel more authentic. The book was not just thrilling, but it was as well very emotional, and it dwelled into the psyche of the main character, Layla. It was a bittersweet story, and I completely enjoyed reading it. And now let me start with the point that I liked most about this book. That is the strong female character. Let me start with what I found so compelling about this book, that is the main character Layla. Layla is such a strong character, not just physically but mentally as well. I loved how author explored Layla's strengths. Layla was put into the extreme situations, but then she falls and rises every time, just like the phoenix. And what I loved about the character was that she is so strong, but then she is as well human and kind. She always puts others before herself, but then does not lose her individuality along the way. And now moving on to the other aspect of the book that I like, that is cover and title. Like, can you see the cover of the book? It is so attractive and it is so vibrant. Like, Phoenix is all set to take a flight, and it is very appropriate with the plot of the book. It looks so pretty and so eye-catching. As well, the title of the book, The Ascension of the Phoenix, it is very relevant to the story, and you will learn its relevance much later in the story. I loved both the cover and title of the book as they are very suited with the book. Now, let's talk about the starting and the ending of the book. The start was great as the story began with a chase, so it set the pace for the book and also put the thrill factor from the very beginning. And the end was completely opposite in pace. It was bittersweet end full of promises. There were a lot of loose strings, and the ending promises to provide and maintain the suspense for the next book in the series of the trilogy. And now moving on to the part that I have before mentioned that I like the most about this book, that is the writing style. So about the writing style, I loved how easy it was to read the book. It flowed really well. The actions were very descriptive, and it helped me imagine the scene in my head very clearly. It was as well funny at times as the characters indulged in the light banter. I really enjoyed the smooth flowing of the writing. And now let's talk about the pace of the book. The pace of the book was just perfect. It started on a thrilling note and then slowed down at the end. But then there was not a single dull moment. The pace was fast and therefore it was very difficult for me to put the book down even for one moment. So these are all the aspects of the books that I liked. And now let's discuss the aspects that I think that could have been better. I would have liked to know more about the side characters as well. I think providing more background on the supporting characters would have helped me form my own perception about them and even sympathize with them. Also, I felt that the villains in these books did not have a backstory and their motive was not clear. And moving on to the another point, I think that could have been better. The plot became very predictable at times. I could guess what the characters would do next. This sort of ruined the thrill and the mystery aspect in some part of the story. But I feel that these two aspects of this book were quite minor to notice, and leaving that, overall the book was quite action-packed and awesome. So overall, in conclusion, the parts that I liked are strong female character, cover and the title of the book, start and the end of the book, writing style, and the pace of the book. And the parts I think that could have been better are supporting characters and predictable plot. Overall, I will give this book 4 on 5 stars as this book was quite enjoyable except those minor flaws. So if you're looking to read action thrillers and are a fan of Hunger Games, then you will surely like this book. And now, before concluding, do hit the like button and share the videos with your friends and family if you liked it. As well, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to always get notified of the new videos we upload. Till then, happy reading, keep smiling. See you in the next video. Bye bye.